What's up, everybody? It's been a while. It's been a long while, a strong while. You heard me. What's going on, everybody? I'm just testing stuff right now. I mean, we're about to start, but I needed to get back into the groove of things, you guys. I had the sun and everything has been different for me. But yeah, so what's good? Let's see. Let's go through some of these chats because I haven't seen you guys in a long while. Like it's just been a while, you know what I'm saying? So let me see. I gotta say my what's ups to everybody, man. Cool on Canvas Apparel, what's good, bro? OG Boogie Mac, what's good? It's nice to see you checking in. Garment Creations, hey, how you doing? You know, Assam Jabari, hello, how you doing, man? Let's see. Garment Creations, hello world. How's everybody doing today? Hey, I'm pretty sure everybody's doing pretty good. You know what I mean? It's summertime. I'm pretty sure you guys been making some money. If you have, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Brandon81. What's good? What's good, fam? Um, let's see. IRBYN Legend. I don't know how to say that, but IRBYN Legend. What's up, man? I see that nice. What's that? Dragon Ball Z Goku. What's that? Super Saiyan 4. You got a Super Saiyan 4 icon, man. That's what's up. I see that you're doing good, man. That's what's up. See, Ryad Baxus, I think, with the Venom icon. What's good, man? How you doing? Let's see. Taven Mallory, hey, how you doing, bro? Big Dream, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, what's up? Let's see. Dollar Nose, what's up? I've been watching your videos. Hey, thanks, man. Make sure you like and subscribe, yo. I didn't show, I'm doing something different here. So I got a different layout and all that stuff. People, y'all might be sleeping on this one. It's been a while. I can't really record my face because I messed my camera up, some other stuff. But it's been a while. But I got some new stuff. Let's just say that. Um, let's see. Where did I stop off? Dollar Nose. Christopher Sumlin. You said you new here. How you doing, bro? Young, was it young god, was it young god and what men, young gad, no, young admin. I don't know why I was reading that wrong. Young admin, VLVE, was good, bro. And David Derry, man, it's been a while. Was good, fam. So yeah, man. I wanted to create some t-shirts today. I was going through my iPad a few days ago and I saw that I had like some illustrations that I was going to be putting out. Well, I guess it was like back then, but I never really did it, you know what I'm saying? Mainly because I was having my son and all that stuff. So when I saw it, I was like, bro, I have to get back on this. It's been a while. Haven't been drawing like that like I used to. Like today is the day. So here I am in Photoshop, you guys, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it like that, but I got my mock-up on the left, I got my Photoshop on the right, you know what I'm saying? And I can just draw out some stuff, basically update my mock-up as I go, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll be able to get the illustration out, I'll be able to export all that stuff, and then I'll have it, live update on that mock-up over there just to see how it looks. I think that's pretty efficient, right? So this today, yeah, it's a tutorial, I guess you can say, because I'm gonna be doing some different techniques that you guys can use and all that stuff in your daily, or if you guys are trying to get into t-shirt designing and stuff like that. But as an illustration, it's best to just go ahead and you guys, I don't know, I guess get the best techniques that you can from it. I gotta pull my iPad out real quick. But yeah, today is one of them lit days, you know what I'm saying? Like we can just go ahead and talk and draw. So I think I bumped the microphone. Let's go ahead and get into it. So here's my Oni. I was doing some studies. Actually, here's the art that I was creating. So I got one Oni, you know what I'm saying? Another like Oni. It's kind of like those what I don't know. That I think they're goblins or no, they're trolls. They're trolls. Are they goblins? I can't remember. I think they're goblins in Japan, but they call them Oni. You know what I mean? So got two studies here. I think I was working on this. This was for I think it was the future. They were trying to do. They wanted us to do it was a contest, and it was something about the Trojans, and I wanted to do like a Ram Trojan. You know what I'm saying? So I created this. This is pretty awesome. And then, I got this King Ram over here. He's kind of like not an African American, but a Native American, like Ram tribe king like thing. So that's what I'm gonna be working on today. I'm gonna try to knock out as much as I can in an hour. You know what I mean? But it's always gonna be, something inspirational and stuff that you guys can use. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get done, like illustrating this stuff, it goes right up on Patreon. Now I know I've been getting on some of you guys' nerves with Patreon. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't put it out in the world, and I know somebody asked me that, like, how do you, market more, stuff like that. If you don't put it out in the world, you get 99% of zero returns. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you put it out there just as a link and you just let it go, you might get some people, you know what I'm saying, to support you on it. But if you put it out there and you keep putting it out there and you show that you're passionate about it, you know what I'm saying, you're passionate about helping people, or you're passionate about, making people's day a little bit better as far as like your t-shirt, line goes. If you put it out there and you keep putting it out there and you're very passionate about it, people's gonna feed into your passion. People are gonna love it and they're gonna support you on that. You know what I'm saying? But it shows that you're supporting them. Now for me, everything that I create goes on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? And these are just tools that you guys can use. Like even this mock-up right here, it's a tool that you guys can use. You know what I mean? It's there for you. You just got to go to it. You know what I mean? So it does cost. My Patreon is $5 a month. If you want the Kokeshi packs that I've been using, you know what I'm saying, that's 15. But, all that stuff out the way, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to help you guys out. So I think I'm going to start off with, actually, if I can't do them all today, I definitely will keep this going throughout the week. So I might even, tomorrow after T-shirt Tuesday goes up, I might even come back and finish some of this stuff out. So I think I'm gonna start with this one because this was actually one that I was doing. So let me go ahead and zoom in and we can get this going. Bigger dream, man. Thanks, man. I think I try to be as inspiring as I can to you guys and stuff like that. I do as much as I can. But let me just make sure I got everything going. So yeah. So what I've learned as an illustrator is you can't when you're doing the inking process, you have to make like quick strokes, right? You can't just come in and make what's the word? An unconfident stroke, you know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people are like, well, I can't draw. Well, if you can get to a point where like you got it down, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can get to a point where like you got what you want from what you got in your mind. I guess what I'm trying to say is like you thought up the plan and you sketched it out. It doesn't look all that good yet, but if you can get to that point, all you have to do is just go through and practice your inking process. And that's what a lot of people kind of like get into. That's I think what I'm trying to say is that people want it to be like great up front, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm having some problems as far as like the smoothing goes. So I'm gonna turn smoothing down to like maybe 25 or 20. Oh yeah, new Photoshop, man. I don't know, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But if you make like a stroke that's not like, I don't know, if you make a stroke like that where it's not like all that, at least you have the confidence to go back in and try it again, so you want to make some strokes that are confidently made, quick and fast. You don't want to be spending all day trying to make a stroke like this right here. You see how like wobbly that was? You want to just make that quick stroke. Now for some reason I'm having problems with my iPad and my Photoshop right now, but I can get in and do it just real simple. Alright, so yeah, so I was talking about Photoshop and some issues that I've been having with it. So I would like to say back in early May I started having issues with Photoshop. I think they had I don't know, maybe they had like an update to Creative Cloud, and I went to update it, And ever since then, like, it'll surprise crash on me, like I'll be doing everything right, it's nothing out the ordinary, happening. But then out of nowhere, like, Photoshop crashes on me. And I've been looking around to see if anybody else has been having that situation. Not a lot of people talk about it. But yeah, I've been kind of down and out with Photoshop. So yeah, so I'm gonna do like a few little shades here and there. I really shouldn't be shading right now, but it looks like my computer and my iPad is working together right now. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off smoothing because I think that's the issue. But for people who aren't confident with smoothing, like, or making strong lines, like I was saying earlier, you can use smoothing, but it takes that process and it makes it that much smaller, like that much longer. As you can see, I got a pretty smooth line with just 81%. Or if I put it up to 100, it gives me a smooth line. You know what I'm saying? I kind of curved that off accidentally, but it takes that much longer to make the inking to ink everything out. So if you turn it off, or maybe I'm just gonna turn mine to like 10 or 15, maybe just 10, and I can just go through and make my own confident lines. I think I'll be hitting the Command Z or Control Z as much as possible, but it's still there's a give and take. So one of them plays off the GPU of your computer, and then my iPad just closed on me, so I'm having that situation. So I'm just gonna use I guess I'm just gonna use the mouse, but one of them plays off the GPU of your computer, and the other one just plays off your hand-eye coordination. See, I can't even do that. Oh, I need a better computer. I need a new, not a new computer, but I need a new, camera, so you guys can have face cam again. We ain't did a face cam in a long time. So yeah, as you can see, like, I turned smoothing back up because, like, I don't know, like my computer, but my iPad kind of like went dead on me. So I'm using my finger now, and as you can see, like, it takes longer, but it gives you those lines that you're looking for. So I mean, it's a give and take. Venom Man, what's cracking, bro? Watching from Malaysia, man. I've noticed that a lot of my supporters, a lot of my fans and stuff like that. I'm not gonna call you guys fans, but students. I noticed that a lot of you guys come from different places. You're not just from United States, and some of the biggest supporters of my channel, some of my like patrons and stuff like that. Some of the people that come in and show out and do as much as they can, come from out the country. I think I might have connected with you guys on like Facebook or something like that, and we were I guess talking, and I showed you guys, shared a video with you guys, and we went from there. But I don't get that much support from like United States as I used to, and that's okay. It's not like I don't do this stuff for fun. Like, this is something that is fun to me. It's typically fun for me to do because it eases my mind from like the week, or in this case the weekend. Sometimes I go through stuff during the weekend because so I don't know, like, sometimes I don't know, I just started doing more work over the weekend, and it's kind of like now I need the weekday, and I just get on like Photoshop or Illustrator, really Illustrator. I get on Illustrator and just go to town on that, and it just eases my mind. It gives me a peace of mind and stuff like that. So I really support. I'm not really support, but I really appreciate you guys that have been supporting me, even back when I wasn't uploading like that. Like that shows real love to me. You know, like when some of you guys can hit me up and say, "Hey Rob, like it's been a while. I miss your videos and stuff like that." Like that shows some real love. You know, because sometimes I be going through. Like you guys don't know, I'm clicking down and things are freezing up right now. It doesn't show it like that, but when I click down, things start freezing up. So let me see. I just want to show you guys what's happening here too. So if I close down group one and I turn off like the background color in group one, if I hit Command S and save it out, it's supposed to update the other side. All right. So hopefully with this moving slow, it's not going to be that bad of an effect or whatnot. But let me see what's going on in the chat. You know what I mean? I'm good, bro. It's good to know. WTBI. What does that mean? Let me see here. Maybe if okay, so that wasn't supposed to happen. So all right, so I turned everything off. All I got is some bad line art. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that. But I just want to show you guys what happens if I save this, or yeah, if I save it right now. You know what I'm saying? Without the background and without trying to show you guys some new techniques, some old techniques and stuff like that. But of course, Photoshop is acting like, you know, but so I don't know, man. I'm every day for like the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to get into something else, and I want to ask you guys a question. You know, I just want to know right now, would you guys prefer it if I got into what's that one thing on the iPad? Oh man, what's it called? Procreate. Which I'll be, you know, into Procreate, because I also have done some mock-up templates on there too. I usually sketch out people, like if I do something for a client, I'll sketch it out in Procreate, and then I'll go in and try to fix it up, you know, on like Photoshop or Illustrator. I'll make the vector from Illustrator. You know what I'm saying? But if I did more stuff on like Procreate, would that help you guys out? Would you guys feel a certain way? Because I'm about ready to get rid of Photoshop and Illustrator. Normal TV nerd, what's good? Yeah, so like Procreate, yeah, it does cost. I think it's like, I can't remember. I think I bought mine at $25 or something like that, and it was just a one-time fee. You know what I'm saying? Was it? I think it was $25. I can't remember. Yeah, it was a long time ago too. So, but I think it was a one-time fee, and I got everything. Like I can use multiple different like layers and stuff like that. So it's updating right now. So that other side should kind of like, you know, update too. But yeah, so I can use like different. I can use like multiple different layers and all that stuff. And with that, you know what I mean? Like you can get some pretty cool pen strokes and stuff like that. It's kind of like, I would like to say almost like paper. It's closer to paper than Photoshop. Yeah, so I think it just updated. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, so it just updated, right? And as you can see, like it's really thin. I can still go in and continue going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn back on everything, and we're just gonna finish this out. But that's just something I want to ask you guys. Like, would you be upset if I was just like forget Photoshop and just went into some different? Because as you can see, I think for starters, I'm really starting to believe that Adobe doesn't want business anymore. And a lot of my peers has been saying that to me. Is like, I'm trying to hold on as much as I can because I know some of you guys like really like my Photoshop techniques and stuff like that. But so no, Procreate isn't vector. They create raster images. Well, cause I've definitely like zoomed into like some of my Procreate work, but it just seems like it's a bunch of raster stuff because you got a lot of textures to go on inside of it. So and even when I make my strokes in there, it just kind of feels like the what I'm trying to get out of it is more of a raster than a vector. So I wouldn't necessarily say that Procreate creates that stuff. See, I'm having all kinds of issues right now because like now I'm hitting hotkeys on accident and it's like, what's going on? No, so Procreate doesn't, I don't think it creates vectors, but there's another app that you can download on your phone or like on your iPad. Like I got mine on my iPad, but it's another one. It's like Vectornator. It's Vectornator, right? So what you can do is you can draw it out in Procreate, take it to Vectornator, and then redraw it, and you can get a vector from there. And that actually works with Illustrator. You know what I'm saying? So that's a really cool app too. But I've noticed that like that's extra steps. Sometimes I just keep my stuff in Vectornator. I just, if I'm doing like a face illustration, I'll just keep it in Vectornator and go from there. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get you guys on some different stuff because I just feel like Adobe doesn't want business anymore. It's kind of like they're coming to their close as far as like making what do you call it, making creatives or supporting creatives. I've seen a lot of photographers are looking around for something different, what else can you use outside of Photoshop and Lightroom? 'Cause we all been using Photoshop and Lightroom for years, right? Like what else is out there? Yeah, Vectornator is really cool, I think I'm having problems because I'm trying to flow this pen stroke. Well, no, I don't want the flow on the pen stroke. I want this right here, the touch, right? But for some reason now it's okay. All right, yeah. So now I'm getting the strokes that I need. It's been a while, like I said. I haven't really touched Photoshop since my son was born, so it's like. But I have noticed that when I get in, this is what I can do. Like, I can get in here and draw or redraw the stuff that I've been working on. Yeah, Vectornator, I actually like it. I think that's the power right now. Vectornator and Procreate. I would definitely, if you guys don't mind, definitely use both of those in tutorials and stuff like that if you guys don't mind it. Let's see here. So yeah, these lines, and it's because I'm having a lag. It's the reason why I can't just get these lines going. Yeah, so yeah, Procreate is $10. There you go. Thanks, my dude. I needed to know that. I bought it, but it was like some years ago, so it's like whatever. Oh, I can't get the line that I want out of this because everything is laggy. How have you guys' shop been going? You know, like some of you guys, like I've been trying to check up on you guys, but it's like I don't know, you guys, we don't connect like that anymore. So follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram and then shoot me like I don't know, tag me in one of y'all's stuff or some of y'all stuff so I can see it. I like to see what you guys got going on. We all artists, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we can always connect there and do what we need to. You know, I can always feature some of you guys. Well, I wanted to do that more on my Patreon. You guys get a shout out. I know I helped some of you guys out too. Like my man's oh shoot. What is it? Just Jeff. Like I've been seeing his clothes all over the place, yo. That shout out worked for him. Let me see here. Right there. See all this lag stuff killing me. What's it? Lana Boom. Yeah, go ahead, take care of your bills, man. So just hit me up later. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be here. This is gonna be up late. So I think I'm gonna be on here for like another 35 because I gotta go get some food for my dog. But after that, like, you know, this should come back up. So how am I streaming? How am I drawing on my iPad and then it updating something on Photoshop, right? What I'm using is oh my god, AstroPad. Excuse me. What I'm using is AstroPad. So AstroPad is basically it connects to your not your iMac, but well yeah, your iMac or your MacBook, whatever you have, and it allows you to get in and get out. It allows you to stream and all that stuff, and I thought it was cool because I was doing some work at the library when I was a librarian, right? And it was really cool for me to make live updates doing presentations because you know sometimes people would ask, well, what would that look like right there? And I'm not at the desk for my I'm not at my desk, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, shoot, let me make that change through my iPad. But of course, you know, when you have a bad internet connection or you're streaming, like I'm streaming right now, when you're streaming, you definitely get that kind of like phasing and stuff like that and that lag. I mean, it happens, so it's not like I can be upset about it. Maybe if I turn off smoothing or turn it down over here so I can start, you know, really making these dominant black lines and stuff like that, or you know, I can start doing my shading and stuff like that. Uh-oh. Yeah, so what's up, Taylor? Taylor, how you doing? Okay, so I think we figured it out. So I shouldn't have any more issues like that, but if I do, you guys will definitely hear about it. So a lot of people were asking me right before I started, I took that break or whatnot. A lot of people was asking me, how did you get good at like illustration, right? So, um, here is my tips as far as that go. For starters, I don't think I got good. I think I just got smarter at it, right? So, when I was starting, like I would just do regular line work, and I would see that it was flat. I was like, oh man, I'm making some really flat work, and I'm looking at all these other people who are like doing some good stuff. And by the way, I was a kid when I started too, so it's like it's not something that I was growing into as far as like college or anything like that. But when I started, it was like, man, I'm doing a lot of flat work, and I want to look like the greats. I want to do some Dragon Ball Z stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to look really nice. I want to get really nice with it, and I just started looking at like observing real life situations. So when you look at stuff like this, like let me zoom out so you guys can see it. When you look at stuff like this, it's like, okay, where's the shadows? Where's the highlights? Okay, so I was like, how can I make this look a little bit more realistic, even though it's an illustration? You know what I'm saying? And that's how, when I started doing that, that's when I started seeing my artistic abilities starting to thrive. Outside of that, making mistakes, allowing yourself to make mistakes. So when you're doing the sketching, not really the inking, but when you're doing the sketching, it's definitely more like you can make that mistake because it's forgivable. You can go back in on the inking process and make it look better. Now, I for one, I mean, I like the way I draw. You know what I'm saying? I do like the way I draw, and I like my inking process. But I feel like I can be 1,000 times better. And a lot of artists feel that way at some point. Like you could be better. So I did take master classes and stuff like that in college. But of course, when you don't practice, or you get enough practice, you slack and you fall off. So, and it doesn't take that long for you to fall off either. So it's like it could take, if you're not making consistent lines, or you're not doing that line process thing, like I was telling you, if you don't make confident strokes, like you'll lose it. During the inking process, I've learned that overshooting is okay too. So going through and overshooting and stuff like that, you can make those. That's not a mistake. It's not really a mistake because it's actually pretty smart, because like you can go in, you can fix it up. But if you undershoot, then you have that issue of you might mess that up if you try to fix the line out. So like over here, I undershot, right? So I'm trying to fix that line and it just doesn't look right to me. So Taylor says, I have this barber waiting or wanting me to make a t-shirt logo for him. I don't know what to charge him. LOL. So for starters, if it's a logo, it's a t-shirt logo, right? If it's an illustration, make sure you do it in rasters. right? So and you come well, I wouldn't say don't cheap them out, but make sure that you do it. You make the logo in a way that is only good for t-shirts. All right. So make it in a raster first. Have a conversation with them. Ask him if he's going to use it for a logo for his business, and if that is what he's going to use it for, then you know that the difference between a t-shirt design and a logo design, there's a price difference on that. So which will also come down to you doing some like research and studying up and all that stuff, trying to make sure that you get it. So with that being said, I would say really have that conversation first, but once you do, start charging him or charge her the time that you need. So it's gonna take time away from you from doing other things. Maybe you're gonna work that day. You're not gonna go to work, or maybe you're going home for something. You're gonna be at home, and you got bills, you got expenses. You know what I'm saying? I always base my I say for people who are new in the game, base it off like the Nike. You know what I'm saying? The Nike logo. Nike logo was, I think it was $35 then, but I did a video on this too, by the way. It's $35 then, but it's like 100 times that now, so it's like three something. All right, and then put on top of that like whatever it costs you to make it. So are you using Photoshop, Illustrator? Okay, if you are, that's I think an extra $55 or something like that. No, it's $60 or something. I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at like $400 right there. Okay, that's easy $400. Or but that's if you're doing a logo. I'm sorry. If you're doing just t-shirt art, then you know I don't know. Just charge how much. If it's for business, you have license fees and stuff like that. You have creative rights and all that stuff. So if it's for business, I would say you can be lenient. I would say don't be lenient. But if it's just for regular work or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna profit off of it. You need to make sure you take care of yourself too. I charge for a t-shirt design. I'm charging anywhere between. It depends now, because now I'm at I used to, so I started off at $50, and then I moved to 150 because the time for me to do it was getting so much limited. Like, but it was so limiting for me to do it at $50, and then people would be like, "I need this like tomorrow." You know what I'm saying? Which was crazy because I could never just get it done in that time. So I moved to 150, right? But then, I had other things like expenses that I need to take care of and all that stuff, and it just wasn't sustainable for me to just keep working at 150. So I moved it to 225. You know what I'm saying? I just take half up front, and then the other half due when it's time. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I do it. I mean, it just depends on what you feel like you're worth, and what you feel is gonna work out for you. I'm probably babbling on this, but it's the truth. Like, whatever you're worth, and whatever's gonna work out for you, that's how you should go about it. You have bills, you gotta make sure your bills are taken care of. You know what I'm saying? It's not that bad. Yeah, I got smoothing on. I'm over here tripping. I turn this off. But yeah, man, I would if I was you, I'd have a conversation with that or this person and figure out, okay, like, are you using this for, as an actual logo, or are you just using this for t-shirts? Because if you're just using it for t-shirts, that's different. Like I said, design it in a way where it's t-shirt effective. Excuse me. I just don't want you to get cheated, you know. And there's a lot of that happening in the industry right now. A lot of people who are creatives are getting cheated by, you know, businessmen basically, and it's man, it's condescending, you know, because you want to put your work out there and you want people to want you and, you know, do what you got to do, but then they turn around and try to cheat you throughout the game. And it's not just, you know, them, it's not just us that they're cheating. They're also cheating, like, you know, photographers and stuff like that as well. So it's kind of like, it's really condescending because now everybody expects you to do it for what Fiverr would do, $5, you know. Now you got people who are actually starving artists. But then you can make that excuse, oh, well, I mean, if you're getting consistent $5 clients, well, that's what Patreon is for. Because then you can just make art, you know what I'm saying, for people. You can just make art for people and they can download it and use it the way that they want to use it. Just give them a creative license. So once upon a time, oh man, so once upon a time, creative, man, YouTube, to be on YouTube as a creative was like the ish, you know what I'm saying? The ish male ish. But then everybody came on YouTube and became creative. Like everybody got on YouTube, and then next thing you know, there was a bunch of what do you call it, DIY channels, right? Everybody became a DIY channel out of nowhere, right? And in terms that hurt the industry because then people, advertisers were putting their stuff on, you know, DIY channels, and then the, I guess you can say, what do you call it, the what is it, the demand for it became competitive, you know. So there was just a competition between amongst a bunch of people who are just doing it, you know what I'm saying? So now, like, you have so people like Flern and people like the Future, you know what I'm saying? Now you have those people who are turning around, giving you guys more lesson centric stuff versus, you know, tutorials where it's me showing you how to do this, you know what I'm saying? And I've even feeling that, you know, at one point in time it was pretty sustainable to get up and just make a YouTube video for, I don't know, the T-shirt Tuesday, basically, you know what I mean? But then advertisers came in and was like, well, shoot, we can do this, but we're gonna pay you a significant amount less to make it. So there'll be like 1 million people who are looking for a T-shirt design tutorial. Turn around, you only get paid like 25 cents for that million. You know what I'm saying? You have to hit the million to get the 25 cents, right? So that's not happening. And then on top of that, YouTube takes a cut of that too. So you're left with maybe a penny. You know what I mean? All right. So here's the illustration. It's in black and white, right? Let me put this into a group. And so I have to size this up. As you guys can see, it's kind of like really small on that T-shirt. But what I've learned is if you put it into a smart object, let me just go ahead and smart object this. If you put it into a smart object and then scale it up, the lines actually, they don't pixelate. Well, they pixelate, but they're not going to pixelate that bad. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Fabian? So you get something a little bit like that. Okay. And shoot, I mean, honestly, it's just art. It's really me just drawing today. So I'm gonna save this out, and it should update over there on the mockup. I actually changed the mockup. I can change it to something different. I think we could change the color of the mockup. So yeah, let me go over here and change that up real quick. Oh yeah, and like I said, this mockup is on Patreon right now. So if you guys shout out to the 10 people who are like on my Patreon. You know what I mean? But shout out to you guys. You guys can go pick that up. It's available now. I'm trying to fix this up though. My computer froze. So I'm just having, little issues here with Adobe Photoshop 2019. You know what? Not even just that, but shout out to the 21 people that's watching today. Like, where you guys from? Tell me where you're at in the world, I don't know if I want to know where you guys are from. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, so you guys already know that. I was in Chicago, ended up moving back. St. Louis, Missouri. Northern Ontario. Yo. So what was I about to say? Oh man. It was something about Canada that I wanted to say. Shout outs to. Oh man, I didn't forget what I was about to say. Oh wait, the Raptors. Shout out to the Raptors, low key. You know what I'm saying? Like Beasley. Finally, out of I don't even know how long, but they always, so for what I understand, you know what I'm saying, because I used to watch a lot of basketball, and of course I went to college, and I was just like, well, forget that, I need to make sure I got my my studies done so I can get into my career, right? But like the Raptors never won. Like they always make it to the playoffs. They always make it to the playoffs. Won't get into the finals. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge win, a huge W. You know what I mean? Bradenton, Florida. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Florida. There's a lot of Florida people here today. Cali. Taylor from Cali. Actually I was talking to a company. They're trying to put on a nice convention. I can't tell you guys too much about it because I'm about to accept it, but they're trying to do a convention and they want me to come and speak, and I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with that. So I'll give you guys the information once everything is confirmed. But yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty lit. I don't know, man. I think we can so I have this done. As you can see, it updated on the other side. It didn't update the white because I didn't take the white out, so I can just go back over here right now and just put that on and do what I need to do with that. But yeah, that's an illustration that's almost ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'll finish that up. It doesn't look like I'm gonna finish today right now because my computer is over here tripping. But you guys, I definitely have all week. I'm definitely glad to see that there's gonna be people here that watches this. You know what I'm saying? Because the last time I was doing some illustrations on live, I would only get like a few, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Which is not bad because I like the fact that you guys come in. But man, it looked like we didn't hit some numbers over here now, so we can go ahead and do it. But right now, what I'm about to do is I'm about to put an ellipse over this, and put some text on top of that ellipse, and we'll close it down like that. I'll finish coloring it out, or I could just leave it in black and white, and we can put that on Illustrator. I can make that a vector on Illustrator, and I'll just upload this. What is it? Later on today, around like 5 o'clock on Patreon, so you guys can finish it out the way that you want to finish it out. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'll say this is I don't know, man. I'll just put something king-ish, something real. I don't even remember, like, so I remember doing it. I remember doing the illustration, but I can't remember what it was for. No, it was for Flern, not Flern. The Future. They was having a contest, right? But I can't remember what I was gonna call this. It's like Trojan something. So I'll just say Trojan, and I'll leave it at, I don't know. I think I'll raise this up to 250. It will turn off this ellipse because I don't need that no more. Yeah, it's crazy, man, because like they would always get there. They would always get there, right? And they would never commit. Like it'd be pretty bad for them. But yeah, I'm gonna finish out some of these lines real quick. I think I'm gonna add to it. But yeah, hopefully you guys pick this one up because it's definitely here for you. Let's go up under all this and go from there. Did Ontario did it like blow up? Did everybody like celebrate? I know it had to be lit. You know what? Matter of fact, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys a technique that you guys can use real quick. Now this is just gonna be a real quick technique, right? Let me just make sure that everything here is like straight, legitimately, black and white. You know what I'm saying? No kind of like dots instead, unless it's like committed to. Like I want to make sure that I got everything looking good. So I'm just doing a little cleanup work real quick. But I want to show you guys something that you guys can use. Just a little texture technique. So let me just pull in some texture real quick. I think I have a texture. Well, I am putting out a texture pack actually. I'm putting out a texture pack. I'm sorry, I was just reading the comments and stuff like that. But let me see. I'm gonna drop in the texture real quick, and you guys can kind of like. Matter of fact, let's not even use this one. I'm gonna show you guys one that's fairly simple, really easy, right? You just go ahead, you make a new layer, and you fill it with like white. Okay, you fill the layer with white. Okay, you go into filter. Noise, add noise. Okay, this makes this kind of like speckle effect. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of, I don't know, little dots or whatnot that you can use or whatnot. Just hit OK, and then put that on a dissolve, right? Now, what I like to do is like to double click on it, and I'll go into the underlying layer. Now, see, we don't have white, so I can hold Alt or Option and just remove it from all the white spots. Or no, that was the wrong one. We have white, we don't have black, right? And we can remove it from all the black spots, but it'll still be in the black. You know what I'm saying? Where's it the white? Maybe I'm messing this up. Hold on, I'm messing this up. So it's the white. So if I move it this way, it goes through the white, right? Hit OK. But let's clip it to the actual art, and then hit Command I. Oh shoot, I don't even think that worked right. Oh, you know why? Because this stuff is in black. So if I do it like this stuff is in black. So I'll make sure I make a composite shot real quick. All right, made the composite shot. I can invert that and then put this clipped on there and just go back in and do something a little bit like that, right? And then we got that texture that's on this black, kind of like this. And then we can add a blur to it. We can even do a knockout. Let me see, I can do a knockout real quick. Where is it at? Where's the knockout at? See, where's the knockout at? I forget it, man. We could just go ahead and blur it. It doesn't really matter. We can blur it, and it gives you more of like that texture feel, as you can see. If you guys can see it, I'm not sure if you can see it like that, because you know the way I got this YouTube stuff set up. But yeah, there's a really quick texture technique that you guys can use that's already here in Photoshop, right? So what I did was just to kind of go over it again. You go into filter. Well, first I messed this up. You make a composite shot. You make sure the composite shot is white. Let me just go ahead and posterize this so we know, all right? Then you make a new layer on top of that. So we're gonna make a new layer. Okay. You fill it with white or black, either way, doesn't really matter. And then you go into filter. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. You go into filter, noise, add noise. Okay. And from the add noise, it's gonna give you a bunch of like, I don't know, kind of like TV fuzz. All right. You clip that to the actual art, and then you get something a little bit like this. Okay. You can double click inside of the layer, all right, to bring up the layer styles, and you can move the underlying layer, the slider from the right. You know what I'm saying? If you move the black over, you get more of like, I don't know, I guess you get more of like this, the kind of like sparkles, or not the sparkle, but the like the dust, the noise that you created. Okay. And that gives you a texture that you can lay over this. Now, if you're doing this as far as like screen printing, okay, I wouldn't recommend screen printing these textures. Okay, but if you're doing it like just a what do you call it? You know, a paper thing. I can't remember what it's called right now. You can just go ahead and heat press that on, and it'll look just as fine. All right. That was just a really quick technique that, you know, you can use whenever. So I'm gonna save this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna update on the other side. Hopefully we can see what it looks like. But I have about 3 minutes left. Is there any questions that a lot of people that anybody has, really? You know what I'm saying? Anybody? We could talk about it. Watching from London. Shoot, man, did my music go out? There we go. So yeah, basically, this is ready for you guys to download whenever it decides to come up. You know what I'm saying, on the mock-up. Hold up, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just going to drop this link in now so you guys can go ahead and go get it whenever you're ready for it. There you go. And whenever it decides to update itself, it's ready to go. But yeah, I guess with that being said, we're done here. Nobody said anything. I guess all the questions were done. We had nothing to say. But I appreciate everybody coming out today. I might get back on later on tonight. Just really depends, because I really do want to finish out some more of these illustrations that I had. I think this was a good one. I really do believe this was a good one. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess finish out some of these lines when I get back, or this should be up on Patreon around like 5 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna finish out these lines, so I have to connect the line between, I guess, the bottom and over there at the sides, and I need to delete out the lines as well. Some of those lines need to be deleted. But with that being said, you guys, that's it. So have an amazing day. Make sure you share this out. Make sure you smash the like button like everybody else would say. Subscribe if you're new. What's good? You know what I mean? But with that being said, stay amazing, stay creative, but above all else, stay awesome. I'm gonna wait for it to update on the other side before I get up out of here, because I want to see that before I leave. You know what I mean? It's 2 o'clock. I have to go get this dog food, but I want to see it before I go. Brian, it's nice to meet you. I will be back. Yeah, that looks pretty smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot this, you guys. If you're following me on Instagram, make sure you guys definitely send me what you guys got going on. And with that being said, you guys, I'll see you later on. Bye.